So today I have come with a very good question, very conceptual. The question is from Kyoto and definitely it is going to test your concepts of energy conservation. So if you first try it by yourself for 2-3 minutes, just give it a try, or at least develop some kind of understanding, some kind of thought actually. This question can be asked in IIT JEE or in some other exams as an objective question also. Maybe they will not ask this maximum velocity. They can ask ki in this surface, that is hemispherical surface, at which point the velocity of this mass m1 will be maximum, and at that instant what will be the position of this mass m2. Okay, so let's just see that. We just see this block m2 as it starts moving down because there is no friction. So if we release this m2, it will start moving down, down, down. As it comes here at this point, this is the lowest point. Now as it crosses this B, what will happen, that this will just a minute. So this block will apply a normal reaction on this m1. So due to this normal reaction, this block m1 will start moving along this direction. It cannot move in any other directions. So what will happen, just see, this block again moves. Okay, now here my question is whether this block m2, whether it will go up to the same height as it was from Lily's, this one, whether it will go up to this point, this one, or not. This can also asked in the question if it is asked in objective manner. So my friends, the block will not reach up to this point. Yeah, because what happens, as this block crosses this point B, this block of mass m1 also attains some velocity. So since this block is moving on this block, so it is not only having its velocity but also having the velocity of this wedge also. So if you conserve the energy, from the ground frame, the velocity of this block will be more, because the velocity of this wedge also will get added. So definitely it will not go up to the same height like this one, because when even suppose if it goes here, okay, when it goes here, what if I conserve the energy? So what will be the system? Okay, I must conserve the energy of this block plus m1 plus m2. So at this point m2, the velocity was half mv square or something. Oh sorry, it was having only the this mgr, like potential energy. But again when it goes here, it is having mgr plus some velocity, because this hemispherical or spherical portion, that is m1, is moving. So it is having some mgr, also the velocity, kinetic energy due to this m1 movement. So that cannot be true. So that's why it will not go up to the height h1, height r. It will be little less, or maybe I don't know how much less it will be, but it will be definitely, it is going to be less, depends on the velocities. So that is the first part. It's very beautiful. Many of us simply will say that okay, the block is coming here down here, then it's going up to this height r. No, it's not happen. Now second part, this up to this point, what will happen, the relative velocity of the block C, this block m2 with respect to m1 will be 0. Again, then it will again starts moving like this, again. So until it reaches here, it will continue pushing this block M1, continue pushing this block M1. So at this point what will happen, this push will stop and then it will start pushing it against this block M1. So at this point B, the velocity of M1 will be maximum. This is very important. At this point B, the velocity when the M2 mass will be at this point B, the velocity of this wedge or this M1 mass will be maximum. So the solution is not very tough. We'll just conserve the energy first. You just see half M2 V1 square M2 GR means from this point and this point, from point A and point B, I'm just conserving the energy. So at point A there is no velocity, so only the energy is M2 GR. At point B there is no M2 GR, because if I consider this point B as the origin while calculating the potential energy, gravitational potential energy. So at point B, suppose its velocity is V or V1, so I write is M2 V1 square is equal to M2 GR. From there we get V1 is equal to root 2 GR. Now I'll conserve the energy of this point B, and again when this block goes to the point C and reaches back again to the point B, so I'll conserve the energy. So half M2 V1 square is equal to, so suppose when the M2 goes to the C and reaches back B, the velocity of M2 is V2 and the velocity of this M1 is V3 simply. So I write it M2 V2 square half M1 V3 square. There is no potential energy thing. Now we'll conserve the momentum because we want one more equation, because we know V1, okay, V1 we can put it here, then we have V2 and V3, so there are two unknowns, only one equation, we want one more equation. So momentum also will be conserved of the whole system, because there is no you can say there is no force in the horizontal direction. I must say that I will conserve the momentum in the horizontal direction. So at point B, because see, as soon as the this mass M2 reaches the point B, this point, this wedge or this mass M1, it loses contact with this wall. So up till this point this wall was applying a force on the system, but as it reaches past B, it this force like stops. So after that there is no force in the horizontal direction. I will consider the momentum in horizontal direction. So what will be that? I will take one point B, just point B only for the two cases while the block is moving up and then moving down. So this is M2 V1 should be equal to minus M2 V2, minus because this velocity, the block is actually moving towards left. So I will write is minus and plus M1 V3. So we can solve. Now I just sorry, food for the thought is, why, suppose you do not want to do this much calculation and all, still you want to just find why at point B only the velocity of this block M1 will be maximum. Okay, you just conserve the energy here. You see this point A, or just let us take this point B. Here the block was M2 was having some initial kinetic energy. Now this block M2 starts moving, so the velocity of this block M1 will be maximum when all the energies of the system will be minimum. So the velocity of M2 will be minimum at this point, basically at this point B only, because at this point B this is moving towards left exactly opposite to the movement of this block M1. M1 is moving towards right and M2 is moving towards left. So when I calculate the velocity of M2 on the earth frame, I will have to subtract the two velocity, like M1 velocity minus the velocity of M2 on the M1 frame. So at this point B only the velocity of M2 will be minimum, and definitely potential energy of the system will be minimum at this point only. So that's why that point P only the velocity of this block M1 will be maximum. I hope you like the solution. You understand well. If you don't understand anything, you can just ask me in the comment. If you like the video, you can just like and subscribe. Bye bye.